Good morning, good morning, good morning. What Monday? Happy Monday. I was going to say happy Monday. I don't know why Tuesday was on the tip of my tongue, but happy Monday, everybody. I hope your weekend was amazing. How's everybody doing? Let's check and see who's in the room. Good morning, Miss Linda. I am blessed. Yes. Good morning, Naomi. I'm working and alive and alive. Okay, got you. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, Miss Lois. I seen you out and about in the streets doing some markets. Good morning, Tiffany. She's blessed and highly favored. Good morning, Crystal. Good morning, Betty Rose. They are blessed. Good morning, Miss Zeltra. Good morning, Sandra. Good morning, cousin. Good morning, cousin. Good morning, LaShawn. Good morning, everybody. How are you doing this amazing Monday morning? Welcome to Coffee with Nikki, your daily cup of information and inspiration. Good morning, Kay. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And good morning, Nene. Everybody. So this weekend I spent, thank you so much. This weekend, and these are from, Push Classic Collection. She's not in here as Push Classic Collection. She's in here as Kay. But this is from Push Classic Collections, if anybody is interested. These are my favorite earrings. I have these in two colors. I have it in mauve and I have it in green. I had to have green because I have to wear green. Well, we already committed to the green, right? So I'm going to be doing the green, and I got the green on my wrist too. So, how was everybody's? Hey, Karen, look who's here. Everybody, tell me how your weekend went this weekend. I want to know what was popping this weekend. Good morning, Arlisha. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome, 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 welcome. Good morning, Patricia. Good morning. Good to see everybody this morning. Good to see everybody this morning. So this week we are talking about preparation. It's all about preparation. So first, before we get into the topic, I want to know how everybody's weekend was going. Did you have a market this weekend? Did you relax this weekend? Did you do planning this weekend? What did you do this weekend? Oh, LaShawn said she slept. All right, let's. So we need the rest. We need to rest. So I get it. I get it. I get it. This Sunday we had our second GIST group meeting. And good morning, Yolanda. The GIST group is the Get Your Ish Together group. And Patricia, who's at Smell of Love Candle, she's the one who came up with the name. Everybody voted on the name, and they said the Get Your Ish Together group is what they voted on. And so we shortened it, so it's the GIST group. And so we had our GIST group meeting last night. And that is where it's our goal setting group. It's to hold each other accountable and to celebrate small wins, to celebrate with each other, just to help give you that extra boost of confidence that you need to get your business on the way. So we will keep you updated on what's the next GIST meeting so that you guys can take part of it if you'd like to. But yesterday was we had a really good time, a really good meeting. And it's not really a good time. You're getting your goals and stuff together, right? But we did get a lot of clarity and a lot of movement. So I'm super excited about what's to come for everybody who joined the meeting last night. Let me see. Enjoyed our last weekend without Marcus for sure. Oh, yes. Good morning, Toya. Passed out business cards. All right, Naomi, let's get it. Let's go. I missed it. Yes, Miss Nene, you did, but it's okay. Miss Lois missed it. Uh-huh. Good morning, Jamie. Good morning, cousin. Cousin says she totally forgot. So yeah, we're going to have our next one. It's going to be definitely for sure the first week of March. So make sure you stay tuned. It's going to be in the Facebook group. I will also be sending out emails and information so that you guys can get updated on when we actually go live. I tried yesterday to do it in Facebook because in Facebook you can invite guests, so it didn't have to be open to everybody. But the thing was, it wasn't a good connection. And maybe because I'm used to how Zoom is laid out, it was a little more difficult to follow. So I won't be doing it in Facebook anymore. I will definitely be going back to Zoom. I know Miss Lois had markets this weekend. How did everybody do at their markets this weekend? Did you do good? How's everything going? Let me know. Fill me in. I did, like I said, I was doing a lot of planning. getting everything in order because I do have goals and I want to make sure that I'm hitting them I'm on track to hit them. So that is what was popping with me. So let me see. Today is going to be a very interactive day. So I'm going to need you guys to communicate with me in the comments because I need some feedback on, where you are with your business and where you want to go with your business, right? When is the next Zoom? It's going to be in the first week in March. I don't have the date yet. So I don't have the calendar here. The first Sunday is the 8th. No, I got to figure it out. I'll figure it out and I'll tell you. The markets were great. Awesome. I'm so glad for you, Miss Lois. I am so glad for you. So everybody, today's interactive. Put ones in the chat because I need y'all active. I need y'all active. I need y'all moving, and I need your minds going. I need your mind stimulated because we have to take action, right? 2023 is supposed to be your year, and you can't do it slow moving. So you got to make sure that you are aggressively moving towards your goal. So we got to get there. We got to get what we say we want. Everything that's on that vision board, we want to be working towards those things. My weekends are consumed with planning, and more planning. That's okay. That's all right. We're going to take action. Everybody put ones in the chat. Ones in the chat. Put ones in the chat. So I have my notes in my handy dandy notebook. I have questions for you guys because I want to know where you are. And I want you to get some clarity on what it is that you say that you want to accomplish, right? So first thing, good morning, Crystal. Did I say good morning to you, Crystal? Yes. I did. 2023 has been rough so far, but hopefully it will change very soon. Yes, it will. We're going to get our mindset together, right, Nini? We're going to pray. We all going to pray. We're going to pray. We're going to get our mindset together, and we are going to change our outlook on things, right? The vision has got to be clear. You missed the date. It's March 5th. Okay, so March 5th. Wait, Sunday. I have to check because Sean's birthday is March 2nd. And I think we're going to do something that weekend. So, this weekend. So I'm not sure if it's Saturday or Sunday or both. So that's why I'm unsure about it. But yeah. I think it's Saturday. Let me write that down. I think it's Saturday. So, all right. So what I want to know, everybody's business is together, right? You know what you want to do. You know what you want to sell, right? But is your vision clear? Is your vision clear on your business itself? Do you know what you want from your business? Do you know what you want from yourself? Put ones in the chat if you do, put a 2 if you don't. Do you know what you want from your business? Is your vision clear? Right? The only way you're going to make sure that you hit these goals is to make sure that the vision is clear. Right? Good. This is looking good. Come on, some ones. If you're not clear on it, put a 2. But your vision needs to be clear. It needs to be clear. The goals that you want to hit, you got to make sure that we are moving in the right direction. Right? And if we're not moving in the right direction, then we just got to adjust. So if we need to adjust and pivot, that's okay. We got to do what we got to do, but we just need to get moving. What are the goals that you want for your vision? What are the goals you want for your business? That's my youngest daughter's birthday. Oh, I will be going to Austin for the weekend. Oh, you got a Pisces too. Ooh, Miss Lois. Ooh. Good morning, Katrina. Good morning. What does your vision look like? What does your vision look like? Is it clear? Do we know what the goals are for the business? What are the goals for ourselves? Let's take a second, right? Just take a second, and I want you to envision what your perfect business would be. Just take one second. 1 second just to think. A few seconds, not one, because one ain't gonna do it. Envision what you want your business to be, right? Do you want to have a storefront? Do you want to have multi platforms to sell on the internet? Do you want to do more markets? Do you want to be in a big box store? Do you want to do wholesale? Like, what does that look like for you? She is my mess. I know that's right, Miss Lois. Them Pisces are a piece of work. They are a piece of work. What does that look like for you? Please put it in the chat. My successful business looks like what? What? Do you have a store? Where is the store? Do you have franchise? If you did you franchise your business? Where you want these locations to be? Are you in Target, Walmart, or any of those stores? Where do you want your business to be? Where do you want your business to be? Good morning, Belza Goddess, Goddess, Goddess. Okay, so Katrina, you want franchises, right? So how is your business running currently? Because if that's the vision, if that's the goal, then we need to start operating our business in the manner of, how you would want it so somebody else can run this operation, right? So you have to start setting up practices and operations for your business because other people are going to be running it, right? So you have to have some kind of a template. So we need to be operating in the manner in which we see ourselves in the future, right? On um we can't be operating as if we're going to be small businesses forever, because if you want it to be a franchise, then you got to make sure that you're operating at a larger capacity, right? So we need to start thinking about those things now. We need to start putting these operations in practice now. We need to start thinking about how we're running our business now, right? We can't have our business all over the place. Our finances and our budgeting and all of that can't be all over the place if we want to franchise this business. And if that isn't the position that you are in right now, then this is the time. Day one, remember we were saying day one or one day. So how are you going to look at it? Are you going to look at it as day one, or are you going to look at it as one day? Right? And so you don't want to say one day when I franchise my business, then it's going to operate smoothly. No, day one means today is the day that I'm going to start operating my business as if I'm operating a business that I'm going to franchise in the future, because I need to prepare myself now for what's to come later. Yes, yes, and yes. Yes, yes, and yes. Leave us Pisces alone. Y'all Pisces are something special, y'all. Yes, yes, and yes. Hey, what did I miss? Nothing yet, nothing yet. We are just talking about goals. Today is just going to be an interactive day. I want to get your ideas on where you're going, what you're thinking, what you want to do, and where you want to go. Okay, so you want to do more markets. So what that would look like for you, Belsa, is to start looking for the markets. How many markets do you want to do? Like, let's get real crystal clear on the goals. Yes, we want to do more markets, but let's put a number behind it. Remember when Jasmine came on, she was like, okay, put a date on it. Well, I want you guys to put numbers on it, because then that way you can work towards that. So if you know that you set out, I want to do 4 markets for the month, then you're going to look for 4 markets for the month. If you know that you want to do 8 markets for the month, then you're going to set out to look for 8 markets for the month. And instead of it just being open to assuming what you're going to do, instead of it being open, you're going to be able to have some definition. So Belsa, what does that look like for you? How many markets do you want to do in a month? How many markets do you want to do in a month? Okay, so Miss Linda says online stores, in stores at Target, Walmart, CVS, etc. Okay, so what that would look like for you, Miss Linda, is now is the time to start fine-tuning everything. We need to fine-tune our message. We need to fine-tune our branding. We need to fine-tune everything, because you want to make sure that you have something to work with. Right? You want to make sure that you're ready to get into these stores. What do you need to get ready to be in those stores? So maybe we need to start researching, right? I'm a Pisces. Yes, we could be a hot mess at times, especially these March ones. markets in the short term, storefront in the future. All right. So you want your storefront in the future. Where do you want your storefront to be? How many markets as well? How many markets do you want to do? How many markets do you want to do? How many markets do you want to do? Just getting it on paper. Okay. Information received, ma'am. That's right. That's right. Get your notebooks together. Get your notebooks together and start putting your ideas and your visions on a piece of paper. Right? Get it out of your head and put it in on paper so you could see it. You know what I'm saying? In your mind, sometimes things have changed because circumstances change. Maybe things didn't happen the way you wanted them to happen, or this just things just start changing in your mind, right? Because then maybe your self-talk start coming, your negative self-talk starts coming in, right? Creeping in and saying, well, you can't do this. Why do you think you could do this? And then so you will keep changing the vision. But if you take the vision from your head and put it onto a piece of paper, then you can start creating a way that this could possibly work for you. Right? You could start creating a plan for how this could work for me. Right? Because it's no longer just an idea floating in your head. Right now we have a plan. Right now we are putting pen to paper and we are going to create a plan. Yes, yes, and yes. Yes, yes, and yes. E-commerce on more platforms, more large markets and wholesale accounts. So Ms. Lois, for you could start getting onto wholesale platforms, or even just offering wholesale on your website, however you want to do that. You can start offering the wholesale on your website. Start searching for the larger markets. The larger markets are going to cost a lot more, right? Because when you want to go to one of those markets that's really going to bring in some revenue, that is going to cost you. Those markets are usually upwards from like 500 and up. Right? And so you really just need to make sure that you are budgeting for those markets. Right? You need to budget for those markets and find those markets and say, if you know that let's say you want to do maybe one or two of those large markets, and maybe that may cost you $500 to $1,000, right? But now you know, and so let's say this is a holiday market, you could start saving you could have a savings account for the market itself so that you can start preparing for those things. Yes. Yes. I'm starting with online shopping. We'll do celebration favors and local markets and build from there. Okay. Okay. And so Miss Toya, since you want to do local markets and you want to start building your brand locally. Start going around. Maybe you could start putting your stuff in some spots. Maybe you could start putting yourself in some yoga studios, right? Maybe you could do that because it'll be in alignment with what you already want to do. Maybe you can meet up with some if you can get around some parents and things like that, so you can start talking about your business, just so it can start generating the buzz around the area, so that when you do hit these local markets, people are going to come and seek you out. Yes. Yes, yes, and yes. I did one this past weekend. I had fun. I want to do at least 2 per month. Got you. 2 per month to start. All right, let's put that on the calendar, Ms. Belsa. Let's put it on the calendar. I do 8 markets a month. However, I'm looking for more advanced markets. Got you. Got you. Got you. Got you. I want to do flea markets and pop-up shops. Got you. So Naomi, if you want to do them, start searching for markets in your area. Start searching for the markets in your area. Yes, Miss Lois, the March ones are a hot mess. I saw one for Juneteenth here that cost $1,000. And if they have the traffic, Patricia will tell you in a minute, it'll be worth it for you to invest in yourself to do those things, to do those markets, because you will make, maybe 5x, 10x that sometimes, depending on the area, depending on the customers, and especially depending on if your customers are there. Right? So, I mean, it's not unrealistic to pay that, because the bigger markets where they know that there's going to be a huge turnout, they usually cost a lot. And they usually cost a lot. Storefront in the mall for more exposure, then expand to more stores. I have my vision exactly how I want it, and it's on my vision board. It's going to happen, period. Okay, so let's get it. Let's go. Let's get these products out. Let's get these launches going. Let's get it. Let's go. Online store, wholesale, my own space to hold my candle events, okay? And be the go-to candle maker for weddings, corporate events, etc. Eventually collaborations with other businesses. Okay, so Crystal, right now, are you making are you are you even promoting yourself as the candle maker for weddings, corporate events, etc.? Are you pitching your stuff to like corporations? Are you pitching your stuff to businesses, letting them know that you can get your promotional items from me? Are you doing that right now? How are we doing with online sales? Um, and wholesale. Are you offering wholesale right now? Yes, I know that costs more. Yep, and we just gonna have to budget. Just budget. I did a clean out at our first investment property. Yuck. I did a clean out at our first investment property. Yuck. Oh wow, they left a mess. Ooh. Yes, that's a great idea. Thank you. I want to do more markets in the short term. I want to get into some stores in the future. I just want to grow my business. No storefront for me. That's awesome, Tiffany, because storefronts is not everybody's dream. And Patricia let you know too. The idea of it was good, but it's a lot of work, and it's also a lot of work that's not dependent on your traffic. You know what I'm saying? Like when people know that you did and they may come, but that's not going to be something that's going to sustain you. You're going to, if you're in the mall, you end up if you have a store, you have a huge overhead, right? And not only just your overhead, you have employees that you have to pay. You have, you know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of other things that you have to consider when you do have a storefront. As when I have my storefront, you always have to be available to be there, right? There is no time off. You don't have a weekends. You can't just say we're not going to be there. What if somebody, I'm in a touristy area, and so when people would come through the winter and the summers, they would expect the store to be open because, you know, it's advertised as, you know, something to visit in the area, an attraction. But I can't just say, oh, I'm not going to be there, because then I'm going to lose my sale. Right. So you got to make sure that you taking all these things into consideration as well. But if you want to do more markets, again, start searching for markets, start researching them, start seeing what people are saying about these markets. And also, if you want to start doing wholesale, start researching what you want to do with your wholesale. Do you want to offer it on your website? Do you want to use somewhere like Fair, or do you want to do wholesale maybe on Etsy, you know, other platforms where they have the built-in customers? How do you want to do it? So you need to, everybody, the goals that you put down, I want you to start thinking about how are you going to achieve those goals. Wholesale, where are you going to wholesale at? Are you going to offer wholesale to your local stores? Are you going to offer wholesale online? Where are you offering wholesale? I need you to put that down in your book. I need you to write a date. When are you going to open up your wholesale? Right? Do you have what you need for wholesale? What are your contracts going? What are your contracts going to look like? What is everything how many pieces are you going to sell? Like start to really like fine tune the plan. Instead of it just being an open plan, start fine tuning it. Start filling in the gaps. Start filling in the gaps. Yes, yes, and yes. Let's see. We need to do a pros and cons of a retail front. Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. It's not what everyone thinks it is if you haven't done it yet. And let me tell you something. It's a whole nother, if you think if, and this is the thing, if you run your household alone, right? Because if you have help, then it's ease, right? It's easier. But if you run your household alone and you have your business, that is a whole another household. Like that's a even more expensive household. So if you know what I'm saying? Like you got to think, I got to make this before I even can profit. Right? Is it worth it for me to be spending X amount of dollars for me to have this open storefront when it maybe I could do this online, or maybe I could do it, you know, I could do it doing something else, maybe, you know, Etsy or We Buy Black or one of those other channels or markets or something like that. Can I make that money without opening up a storefront? Because again, you have to have somebody there consistently opening the times that you say. You can't decide, oh, I just want to go on vacation this week. Somebody's got to be running that operation. Right? And you have to be committed to that. And then if somebody's running that operation, then you got to think about, you got to pay them, then you got taxes, then you got to worry about workers comp. Like you got to worry about a lot of things when you open up a storefront. And it's not, and just like Patricia said, it is not what you think. And the thing about it is, I had a storefront that was in a strip mall, which was good because I didn't have to pay the maintenance fees for the strip mall, right? But in the mall itself, the mall's rent is already astronomical, right? And so you got to think, I got to make this before I could even make a profit. And where you going to make this profit at if there's no traffic in the mall? Right? So we need to think like, I don't want you to get set you up for failure, right? You need to think, if the traffic is not coming in the mall, how am I, either I'm going to have to make up that money, or is it even worth me even being there? Right? And that's not to discourage you, but it's just to make you think, because if you have X amount of dollars that has to be, dished out every month, then what are you going to do so that you could supplement that? Are you going to supplement that? Because you are not going to be able to miss out on anything. Your employees are going to want their pay. You're going to have to pay your lease. They're going to want their money. You got to pay, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to make sure those things are paid. So I don't want you to be ill-equipped for the things that you say you want. I just want you to think about, well, if it happens to be slow in January to whenever, right? If it happens to be slow, this is how I'm going to be supplementing my income, right? This is how I'm going to have to pay for the storefront. This is the money that's going to be going towards the storefront, instead of putting yourself into debt, right? Because just because, we have those certain seasons where sales spike, is that going to be enough to sustain you to sustain you throughout the year? Is it going to be enough? Right? So I just want you guys to think about that. So if your idea is to have a storefront, if your idea is to be in the mall, if your idea is to do any of that, I want you to put that down on a piece of paper. And then I want you to say, what can I do to supplement my income? If I don't make this amount by this time, what can I do to supplement that? Where can that money come from? Right? Yes, I got to get you before you start getting super busy. Patricia, I got to get you before you get super busy. I'm relaunching soon. And yes, I've talked to some businesses for events. Just got done with the fundraiser with the Jack and Jill Foundation. Awesome. That's nice. Looking into wholesale now and working on my website. Absolutely. Okay. All right. Do you have a date when you're going to open up your website, Crystal? And do you have a date on when you're going to open up your wholesale? Good morning, Michelle. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I'm working on my wholesale contract now. Awesome. I also, if you are part of the Honor Society, there's a wholesale contract, an example of a wholesale contract that we got from Jazz from Black Sunflower gave. And you have to, make adjustments, but there's a sample so you could just get an idea of what to put in it. But I could also get one from Patricia, because Patricia is legit. She's legit. I could get one from her. A retail front will put you out of business in a heartbeat if you're not careful. Hello. Because you need to make sure that you have traffic. Traffic is going to be the main thing. That's the thing that's going to drive the business. If there's no traffic, if you're in an area with no traffic, then how are you going to get the traffic? How are you going to bring the traffic? Right? We have to bring the traffic if you got retail space. Let me see. Absolutely true. Thank you for sharing, Patricia. Yes, for online, no date for wholesale yet. Okay. All right. And so we should be ready to go for April 1st. I see you, Crystal. April 1st. I added a clause to our contracts that our products cannot be sold on a third-party website, by the way. This is very important. If you don't want a store selling your products on Etsy or Amazon without your consent. Let me put that up on the screen. There you go. There you go. So that means they can't come. I'm not sure if you guys are on Etsy, but they can't compete with you. They can't compete with you. So you got to make sure your contracts are together. And Patricia tell you in a second, make sure that everything is ironed out and that you have all your ducks in a row. Make sure that The people who working with you sign NDAs. Make sure that you have your paperwork in order. That was a lesson for me this year about my paperwork being in order. Well, for taxes and stuff, but make sure that you're getting all of that together, because if you want to operate on a larger scale, you got to operate like that right now, right? You have to operate like that right now. And only sell to actual storefronts, not online websites. Absolutely. Absolutely. Usually when I used to do my wholesale, I would make sure that the person had the actual brick and mortar, right? I didn't want anybody to compete with me online, so they had to sell it in their stores only. And so it depends on, what's your vision for your business? What's your vision for your business? Good morning, Yazzie Faye. Good morning, good morning, good morning. My brother is an attorney. He typed me a letter of intent to present to prospective clients. I tweaked it to my business terms. Got you. Awesome. You had to get all your business documents from your brother, girl, because those things are expensive for lawyers to draw them up for you. So that's awesome. You got you an in-house attorney. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Overhead is ridiculous. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, Patricia. I need a list sheet for wholesale. Canva has templates for line sheets. Canva also has templates for wholesale catalogs. So get it together, y'all. I'm just joking. If you want to do wholesale, make sure that you do your due diligence. Make sure you do your due diligence. I have a tag itching me back there. All right, so we have the vision. The vision is clear. Everybody said the vision is clear. Everybody put their goals in the goals in the chat. What are your goals financially? What are your goals financially? You don't have to tell me. Write it down. What are your goals financially? Once you have the number, put it in the chat. I forgot, I took a class and somebody said, what are your goals? What are your financial goals? Write that number down. Now double it, because it'll make you work extra hard to achieve that goal, right? Because you're not just going to because a lot of the times when we shoot a number, sometimes we shoot a number because we like, oh, I could hit that. I just got to work a little bit harder. But you're not stretching yourself enough to push a little more so that you can, go above and beyond what you say that you want, right? Oh, I like issue. I like issue. The online version to send to retailers. I like issue. Yes. Good morning, Sugar Orchid. Just be very detailed. I want to do subscription boxes and wholesale down the line. Right now, I'm basically will be not right now. I'm basically starting over for the most part. My first part of the plan is going back to work to invest in my business. Okay, got you. Got you, got you, got you. All right, so the goal, write that number down. Again, you don't have to tell me. Write the number down. And if you want to do what, I forgot even what class that was I was in. And they said, write that goal, but double it. If you want to double it, but write that goal down. And now from that goal, we're going to be working backwards. And this is actually something Patricia has said also when she was talking about the business credit class, to write your goal down, and you're going to be working backwards, because how are you going to achieve that number? How many of the things that you sell need, how many needs to be sold before you hit that number, right? How are you going to get those things sold? Where are you going to show up at? How many times are you going to show up a day? How many times are you going to post a day? How many times are you going to send emails? Are you going to be running ads? Are you going to be doing markets? Like, all these things need to be considered when you're looking at that number, because how are you going to hit that number, right? So so I have 10,000 monthly. What do you need to do in order for you to sell $10,000 worth of products per month? What do you need to do? You need to come up with an action plan. You need to come up with an action plan. It's not going to happen with you posting once a day. It's not going to happen with you not sending out emails. It's not going to happen if you're not putting yourself out there. How is this supposed to happen if you're not being seen on these channels? Right? And even if you're not seen on social media because you're not comfortable with social media, how are you going to do it? How are you going to sell on your website? How are you going to sell in person? Who are you selling to in person, right? These are things you need to know. And you need to come up with that whole plan. That whole plan needs to be on paper. In the plan of working on my financial goals, got you. Marketing and wholesale, got you, got you, got you. What's a good app on Shopify right now? Shopify has this thing where people can add what they want into a box. I really don't know because I'm not a Shopify person, but I actually have a subscription, not a subscription box, but subscription products. If you want to put your products on subscription base, I actually have the guest coming in on the 16th. So he's actually going to show you how to set up a subscription on products on your website, or if you want to do boxes and stuff like that, he'll show you how to do that. So that's coming on the 16th. Do you know if you can send packages to collaborators on Shopify? You know, I don't know anything about Shopify, Yazzie Faye. Like, how do you ship from Shopify without it being in order? I don't. Okay, so when I ship to my influencers, I ship just on ShipStation. It's not an order that I make in the store, but you can make that order and then manually process it. So so that you can calculate that money in the end. So if you know that you're sending out a certain box with certain products, you can make that manual order and then send it, process it manually. Great. I'll add that reminder to my calendar. Yes, he is from sticky.io, and that's actually what I'm using right now for subscriptions. I have certain products on subscription base, so I can do monthly. Well, right now you can do whatever way you want. So you could do 3 times every 3 months, every 6 months, every whatever you want to do. I have mine going out monthly, and I have certain products that I'm using that I'm using. I have certain products that I chose to go out every month. So actually right now I actually love it. It was simple, it was easy. It took some work to get it all set up, but they set it up for you. They guide you through it, and it was very simple and easy. So if you have the idea that maybe you want to put any of your products on subscription, maybe you want to do candles on subscription, maybe you want to do, soaps, because people are always going to constantly be buying soaps, or body butters or whatever. If you want to put that on a subscription, you can do that. And I think it's $19.99 a month. And they do offer a free trial to see if you like it. I want to do subscription boxes. I was asked to do gift boxes. Okay. Ask when Jasmine or Patricia. Is Jasmine in the room? Because I didn't see Jasmine. Patricia's here, but I didn't see Jasmine in the room. Sticky.io. Yep. I'm not sure exactly. You have to check and see if Shopify has it, but Shopify have something similar to it. So I just don't know what it's called, because I don't do Shopify. It's not my blessing. I'm trying to set up my thing on Shopify now. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's looking like I may be overlooking that one. What's up? I heard my name, but I missed it. Yazzie Faye wants to know, could you do subscriptions? Wait, what did you say? Not subscriptions. I got subscriptions in my head. Can you send packages to collaborators on Shopify? Like an influencer or something like that. Can you do that on Shopify? All right, so you guys have your goal, right? You have your vision, you have your dollar amount. I really want you to take your dollar amount, and I really want you to start breaking it down. What do you need to do? Put that dollar amount down on a piece of paper and then start calculating. How many of X do you need to sell in order to make that? How long are you going to do that? Like, do you want to sell a certain amount of products per week? Do you want to sell a certain amount of products per day? Do you want to sell a certain amount of products per month? Like, how are you going to get that number? So I want you to get in the habit of planning it out, because success ain't just going to happen as a fluke, right? You got to plan. It's about preparation. Everything that we did last week was all about preparation, right? We don't throw our winter clothes away because we know that we're going to be preparing for winter when it comes back, right? Because we're going to need those things. So we don't throw those away. So you need to make sure that you are preparing. I prepare my soil before I start planting, right? Because I want my soil to be optimal for growing. And so you have to prepare. It's not going to happen just because you you want it to happen. It's got to be some action behind that, right? We always say faith without works is dead. There has to be some work behind it. There has to be work behind it. Yes, add it as an order and you write it off. Yeah. I missed what you said last about the subscription boxes, Nikki. I was talking to my son's doctor. I am going to have a guest the 16th. I think it's the 16th. And he's from sticky.io, and he is going to show you guys how to set up your subscription-based memberships. So you could do a membership or you can do per product. And he's going to come on and he's going to show you how to do it. And then I asked, could they give us a juicy discount or a juicy, some kind of a perk. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what y'all get. Nope, you add it as an order. Then in the discount box, you discount it 100%. So it creates an order for you for $0 in Shopify. That assures you the write-off. Okay, awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. But it creates the order to get shipped. No, you don't zero out the product. You zero out the discount. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. If you're a BCMC, can't make a part of the, okay, there's a class in there pertaining to Shopify and the boxes. Actually, there's 2 parts. Yes, that was from Carol. Okay, I'm caught up. Okay, so we have the goals, we have the dollar amount, what we need to do to get to that dollar amount, right? All right. And so what do I have in my notes? I says, as the CEO of your life and your business, you are looked to as the leader. So you have to make sure that you are preparing. Everybody else is looking for you with the answers. Remember, I said it's all about you. It's all about your responsibility. You have to be responsible for the outcome of what you want, right? If you have people working for you, they're looking for you to give them what they need. They're looking for you to plan it all out for them, right? So that they know that they can fall in line with you. So you got to make sure that you have a plan of action. It's very important that you have a plan of action. If you don't have a plan of action, then you're going to be blowing around aimlessly with no real direction. So get direction, get a plan so you know we are moving forward, right? Because you can't move forward and backwards at the same time, right? You're going to just be stuck trying to move forward and backwards, right? So what is going to be the plan for you to be moving forward? Right? And whatever you need to change, whatever you need to do to pivot, whatever is not working right now. So right now, I want you to also look into your business and see what things are not working for you, right? If they're not working for you, eliminate those things. If there's things where you see that you have more customers coming in, do more of those things where more customers are coming in. If you see that you are flourishing more at markets, then try to get into more markets. If you see that you are flourishing when you are posting 3 times a day, then maybe post 4 times a day, right? Or maybe even open yourself up to a new platform, because if you're thriving with the 3 times a day and you see that every time you do that, that it's creating more customers for you, then maybe open yourself up to more and start doing the same thing on another platform. But I don't want to say it like that, because I don't want you to kind of like spread yourself too thin. I want you guys to focus on a thing that is really going to be something that is going to profit you, right? There's a lot of things that we're doing in the day that does not profit, right? That does not make us any money, right? And so if scrolling on the internet is something that's not making you any money, schedule out your content. Schedule out your content. But it's time that we do an audit on the way that it's time that we do a audit on our work ethic. It's time, right? It's time. What's working, what's not working. What's not working, we have to eliminate or do less of. Right? Maybe some things, maybe your email marketing ain't working, but maybe you need to tweak that. Maybe you need to get your messaging clear. Maybe people are not buying from they're not responding to your email marketing because your messaging isn't clear. So maybe that means you got to step back a second so that you can get your messaging clear, so you know exactly who you're speaking to and how to speak to them. And then that will make the connection for your email marketing to work, right? So if your email marketing is not working, I'm not saying eliminate that. For that, you're going to have to figure out how to make that work. When do people open up my emails? What am I saying when people are opening up my emails? Maybe they're not opening up my emails because my subject lines aren't catchy enough. Maybe I just keep telling them to buy, 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 buy. Maybe they tired of me. Maybe I need to offer some value. What can I offer of value that is not about me selling? And so this is the time when you need to start thinking about what can you do to offer more value. Instead of just selling all the time, what can I do to offer more value? What can I do that's going to make this person? Can I give them a tutorial? Maybe I could give them some tips. Maybe I could do something that's going to help them and whatever it is to make their lives better in regards to what my vision is, or in my lane, right? How can I make this easier? How can I make this better for them? How can I serve them? Right? Stop thinking about, let me sell you this product. Let me sell you this product. Let me serve you this product. Let me sell you this product. How can you serve them? How can you show up to them that's going to make them seem like, oh, this is valuable to me. It's valuable to me, and so it's going to be valuable to somebody else. What can I do? Right? So I want you guys right now to put in the chat, how can you offer more value with what you have? What can you do to offer more value? Please post that in the chat. You guys should have been kind of thinking about that from when Senya was on. What can you do to offer more value that doesn't have anything to do with you selling a thing? What can you do? Post it in the chat. I'm waiting for you guys to post it in the chat. Post it in the chat. What can you do to offer more value? What can you do? If you do hair, what can you do? If you sell candles, what can you do? Because it's not just about the candles. Remember, it's about a feeling. It's about where somebody thinks that they can be because of your candle, right? If it's a luxury vibe, then you want to give them luxury, right? Because that little piece of luxury is going to make them feel like they have a luxurious life. What does that look like for your customer? What could you do? What can you offer? Inner child healing tips, absolutely. And so maybe you offer maybe when they sign up for your newsletter, maybe you send them things. Maybe you send them something every single day, right? Maybe you send them a love note every single day to healing your inner child. Maybe you're doing something like that every single day, right? Maybe you do it on Sundays. Maybe you do it on Mondays. Like, it depends. Like, come up with your plan and see how you can offer more value. Digital products. I'm starting my blog on my website with convenient self-care tips for moms. Also going to press in on more self-care moments on my social media. Absolutely. They need to see the lifestyle on your social media. Your social media is not going to be where you sell everything, right? Your social media is going to be something that you can use to move these people from off of this social media platform onto your website or into your email marketing funnel, right? It's going to move them from here to create a customer, right? And that's what we need. We need to, social media is just so that they can get the idea, get the vibe. Oh, I see, I can know, like, and trust you from here. Oh, I see what we're doing over here. Oh, yep, that's this is my tribe. This is where I belong, because people like us do things like that, right? So this is where I belong. I know that I'm a mom, and this is great. This is great stuff. Oh, she has such wonderful tips. I follow her. That's going to move them from there to the website, right? And that's what you want, because once they're moved from social media to the website, then they have the potential to purchase, right? So you want to make sure you have something to offer. I can give more tips on how to relax after a busy day. Have a playlist of slow jazz. Okay. Okay. What do you have that you can offer of value? Please post in the chat. Please post in the chat. And I know everybody is not showing up on social media as they should. And while I'm waiting for you to say what you can give of value to your customers, I want to also say, I want you guys to pull out your calendars. Yes, I want you to pull out your notebooks and start coming up with a plan, but I want you to get your calendars out, and I want you to start plugging in the dates that you are going to do the things. Either you can put it on Notions, because that's a great social media place for you to lay out all of your social media content. You can do your scripts, you can do your ideas for photography, all of that you can do in Notions. But I want you to pull out that calendar and I want you to start doing the things that need to be done. Because if you don't do them, it's not going to happen. Right. And then you can't say, oh, I'm not successful because of anything else but then yourself. Right. So you want to make sure you pull out the calendars and if you know you want to post 3 times a day, put an alert in your phone. I'm posting 3 times a day on whatever platform, and put that in your phone or schedule it out. That way you can set it and forget it. Right. And just be on the lookout for when you set it, when you post it, so that you engage with it for at least a half an hour. Engage with the people that post or like or, comment or whatever. Engage so that the algorithm can pick that up, that there's engagement going on with that particular post, right? But make sure that you either schedule it out, put an alert on your phone, and you put it out yourself. You can manually do it. But either way, whatever that look like for you, start putting it on the calendar. Start putting it on the calendar. If you're sending out emails and you're sending out emails once a week, schedule that on your calendar. I want your calendars to look super full. Super full, because there's so many things that you're not doing because you're overlooking those things, right? There's so many things because you don't set a schedule for these things, they don't get done. And then they get done when you're like have a whole bunch of things piled up on you, right? When you have a whole bunch of things piled up on you, then it's like, oh, okay, I really got to get this done. But you got to think about putting it on a calendar. Put it on the calendar. Put it on the calendar. Put it on the calendar. Everybody put in the chat. Put it on the calendar. Put it on the calendar. Put it on the calendar. I don't care if the calendar is on your phone. I don't care if you have a physical calendar, a paper calendar. I don't care where the calendar is, but start putting what you want to put out on that calendar so that you can get it done. If you want to post 3 times a day, put that on there. Get you a scheduling app. There's so many places you can schedule out your content. Do it that way. If you want to schedule out your emails, make sure this is the day I'm sending out my emails on Sunday, so that could be scheduled to be going out on Monday. Fine. Or you can still schedule your emails out on Sunday and send it out on Friday. It doesn't matter. You can schedule it out how far you need to, right? But put it on the calendar. Put it on the calendar. Michelle says information on my candles and soaps, maybe essential oils to help with anxiety. Absolutely. Tips on how to heal from music. Absolutely. Set a vibe with my playlist. I hope you wrote all these things, Yazzie Faye, down, because these are great ideas. So I hope you wrote them down. I hope you wrote them down, because now we need to implement them. Give benefits of my product. Yes. Bring artists and masseuse on my lives. Absolutely. Those are your tips. Make sure that you let's get it. Let's go. Put it on the calendar. Put it on the calendar. Put it on the calendar. Because if you see it, you'll do it. If you see it, you'll do it. Put it on the calendar. Okay. All right. So this is the last one that I'm going to go through, and then we'll pick this up tomorrow. But what do you have to do to get out of your own way? What do you have to do? A lot of you guys say procrastination. A lot of you guys say, you got to do certain things. So what do you have to do to get out of your own way in order to make these things happen? To write it down, to plan it out, and to schedule it out. Write it down, plan it out, schedule it out. Period. I need to write that down. Write it. Write, plan, schedule, and execute. Like, that's it. Right? Write it out, plan it out, schedule it out, and execute it. That's all you need to do in order to make these small things are going to translate into larger things that is going to take you to where you want to go, to the heights that you want to experience in your business. These small little practices are going to take you there, right? It's not going to be some grandiose idea. It's not going to be some grandiose things that you change. It's these small little things that you have to do, right? Small disciplines that you practice every single day in order for things to change. 1% every single day is going to be better than 0% every single day, right? It's small practices, Small practices. Put it on the calendar. Yes. Put it on the calendar. Make a schedule every day and execute. Absolutely. Consistency. Okay. Yes. Write it, plan it, and execute it. Yes. 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 Tomorrow we are going to have a more concrete plan, and we're going to get it together and make sure everybody has exactly what they need to start moving forward. And I want you guys to make sure that you go into the Facebook group, to the private Facebook group, because that is where I'm actually going to be doing a content challenge. So if you want to be part of the content challenge, because right now you're struggling with your content, or right now you're not consistent with your content, I'm going to be giving, like, there's a content calendar, and we are going to go, with the content calendar and produce the content and post it. So if you would like to be a part of the content challenge, all you have to do is join us in the private Facebook group. We have two Facebook groups. One is where we do the Coffee with Nikki's, or the live shows, and that's the public Bubble Babes University Facebook group. But we also have the private Facebook group where you have to request to join. So if you have not yet request to join that group, please do so. And that's where we'll have all of the challenges and all of the information there. So if you want to be a part of that, make sure you go on over there and do so. After I get off here, I'm going to be posting up the first challenge. We're going to be doing that for 30 days. And I want you guys to start getting into the habit of measuring what you want, what's happening with measuring your growth, measuring what things needs to be changed. If it's not working for you, we need to eliminate it. If it's working for you, we need to do more of it, right? I want you to start measuring out your progress, right? I want you to start measuring out your progress. I want you to take note of how many people you got following you. I want you to take note on when you have most engagement. All of this information is in your insights on any social media platform, or on your insights. You can go right to your insights and you can see what time people are coming on to watch you. Is it 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 6 o'clock? And you'll see it right there. And then use those times to post. And then when you want to post a little extra, experiment with a certain time. And then if you're experimenting with the time, make sure you write that down so you can see what happened. You're not going to remember it. Don't rely on your memory to say, oh yeah, I'm going to remember that I posted that piece of content at 12 o'clock. You're not going to remember that. I'm going to tell you that right now. It's not going to be a memorable situation. So write it down and say, okay, so I'm experimenting with, it says 9, 3 and 9, 3 and 6 are the times that I should post. I'm going to experiment with 12 p.m. Let's see what happens at 12 p.m. So with 12 p.m., you start taking notes on what happened with the post. Do you have engagement? Are people commenting? Are they liking? Are they sharing? What are they doing? Right? Because then you can see what's actually happening. You can actually see what's happening. Anyone would like to help me to send my first email market out? Your first email, you want to send your first email out? I've tried to complete this. I have humbled myself. Thank you in advance. All right, Miss Lois, DM me. DM me. DM me. All right, you guys. So I'm about to wrap this up. This is preparation week. So remember, it's going to be a whole lot of writing. It's going to be a whole lot of researching. It's going to be a whole lot of recording of whatever it is that we're doing. If that's the emails, if that's posting on social media, if that's text messaging, if you want to experiment with text messaging, it's going to be some of everything. I want you to write down everything, because if you could track it, you know what's going to work, and then you'll be able to repeat it. Do you understand? If you have success with something, right, you'll be able, since you wrote it down, you'll be able to repeat that, right? Because business seems like it's hard, but it's the simple practices every single day is going to be the same. You're going to have to do these same simple things over and over and over again. There's nothing that's going to be really innovative. Yes, social media is different, but it's the same as, if you would look at it, it's the same as marketing. If you would market it in a newspaper or something like that, it's the same as advertising, right? And so you got to look at it. It's not the same exact thing, but the idea is still the same. It's to get the message out to the masses, right? That's the idea of advertising. Same thing what you're doing with social media is you're getting your message out to the masses. Yes, it's a different platform. Yes, it's different, and it's something that you have to learn and get comfortable with, but it's still it's still the same idea. The message has to get out, because if the message is not out and people don't see you, then people can't buy from you. And if they don't buy from you, then you're gonna, you know what I'm saying, like your business can't grow, because we need the customers. So this week is definitely about a lot of writing, a lot of preparation. So you guys, I want you to be prepared for success so that you can repeat it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. So I thank you guys so much for joining me, and I hope that you got some value from today's lesson. Today was more or less just like a little Q&A kind of thing, but I hope you got some value from this. Again, if you would like to join the Facebook group the Facebook challenge, just join us over in the private Facebook group channel, the private Facebook group. Why can't I speak today? Join us in the the private Facebook group. Duh. Okay, Bubble Babes University, and you can find us on Bubble Babes University on all social media. If you're not subscribed yet to the channel, please subscribe. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you got some value from today and you think somebody else can use this information, please share that with a friend. Also, make sure you hit the notifications bell so you can be notified whenever we go live. We go live every Monday morning. Well, Monday morning. We go live every weekday morning, Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. for Coffee with Nikki, your daily cup of information and inspiration. And we usually have guests every Thursday. The next guest is going to be on the 9th. The next guest is going to be on the 9th, because Sean's birthday is this week, so we're not going to do anything this week. So our next guest is going to be on the 9th. So you guys stay tuned for that, and I appreciate you spending your time with me. Again, because your time is valuable, you can't get it back. So I hope that you got information that you are going to be able to use from now and into the future. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining in today. I will see you guys tomorrow, but I'm flooding your story, so make sure y'all paying attention to me there. And if you committed to yesterday, if you were in the GIST group and you said that you were going to be posting 2 to 3 times a day, let's start when we get off here. Let that be the first post. That's right. Yes, her birthday is on the 2nd. Her birthday is Friday, right? Friday. So yep, that is it, you guys. I see you guys on your stories. I'll see you later.